Okay, here we go.
I appreciate your students who stopped by today for this workshop. I understand we have conflict with class from time to time, but it's not always about the numbers. Today we have, as I've distinguished guest, Mr. Clint Carmichael, and I'm going to allow him to tell his story, so I don't have to give a big introduction. You've always loved the wife with him today, Mr. Carmichael, like this. So, it's yours, man.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, let me take this opportunity to say how excited I am about speaking to y'all. I really appreciate giving me the opportunity to do this. I'm not a professional speaker, so if I get a little start on a rant or go a little off subject a little bit, please excuse me. I'm an old country boy from Alabama. I kick a squirrel in a heartbeat, so I'm about some stuff a little bit off topic. But thank you very much for allowing me this opportunity. Again, like Mr. Felton said, my name is Clint Carmichael. I retired 20 years in the Marine Corps. Now I work for the Marine Corps. I manage safety programs. That's basically telling people to do things they don't want to do, especially a bunch of hard-headed Marines. Tell them you can't jump out the window doing a fire drill. What they're going to do, they're going to throw stuff through the window, try to jump through it. But I really appreciate this, and that's a little bit about me. I know this is scheduled for an hour. I will not talk an hour. Right? Because I start talking an hour, I will start rambling and put myself to sleep. So that's not going to happen either. But I was asked to talk to y'all about the pathway to success. And the first thing that happened, Mr. Felton tell me I'm a successful guy. Like, for what? I don't have a big house on the hill. I don't have the Bentley in the driveway. The double room pictures, whatever you envision success. I didn't picture that. So I went on the internet like most of us do, and I started doing my research and figuring out what success is. And do either one of y'all consider yourself successful? Exactly, you are. Because success is simply defined as accomplishment of one's goal. Let's take a small goal for today. You're here. That was your goal, to be here and be on time, and you made it. That's success. Bam! So we started out on a good note, right? So everybody in here is successful, right?
Right.
So we're good. So before I get started, since y'all gonna publish this on YouTube, let me go ahead and tell you that some of my resources is Tony Robbins and Eric Thomas. That's who I did most of my research, and I'm gonna use a lot of their points and a lot of their analogies and stories to get these points across to you. One. Eric Thomas tells a story about a guru. Awesome story. I loved it. I think I've watched it about 30, 40 times in the last 2 weeks. It's just that awesome. But the story goes, and when I first saw the story, the first thing I thought about when he said guru was the spiritual leader sitting on a mountain, in a meditation position, waiting for people to climb the mountain and ask a question, secret of life and things like that. So I thought, maybe I should look up the definition of the word guru because of the way the story goes. So a guru is a mentor or an advisor, someone who can counsel you. So that shattered that image of guru. Now I'm thinking of people like, if I want to be a basketball player, Michael Jordan, if I want to be a motivational speaker, Tony Robbins, big 7-foot tall, huge dude, So now I'm thinking a little bit outside the box. So now I'm going to go into the story. There was a young man who said he wanted to be successful. He wanted to be just like the guru. You want to make a lot of money. So the guru tells him that if you want to be like me, meet me at the beach tomorrow at 4 a.m. Now, the young man thinks, I don't want to learn how to swim. I want to learn how to make money. But he knows he got to follow the advice of people who've already made it. So what he does, he get up early enough, put on his best interview suit. He goes out to the beach early, 15 minutes prior, because early is on time is late. So he's out there, the guru shows up and he said, hey, you want to be successful? Walk out into the water. So he takes the young man by the hand, he walks him out into the water. So they're about waist deep. And the young man stops. The guru looks at him and says, hey, if you want to be successful, come on out with me. Oh, you're fine. He said, come on out with me. So they walk out into a little bit deeper into the water, and all of a sudden now they're about chest deep. All right? And so now the young man's a little doubtful. He said, the old man's crazy. What's wrong with him? I want to I ain't trying to be a lifeguard. I'm trying to be rich. So he walks him a little deeper. Now he's about mouth level, and the water's cold. It's 4 a.m. and he is where most people would be. You know, things that got hard, a little bit difficult. Here's an obstacle. I'm going back. So the young, the old man tell him, the guru tell him, hey, wait, you want to be successful? Do what I do. So he comes back out, and then all of a sudden this guru takes him and he slams him under water. He's holding him down. This guy's fighting and scratching and trying to do everything he can do to get this guru off his back. All right? He wants this man to let him go. All right? Let him out from underwater. What do you think he was thinking at that time? What did he want?
Just to survive, just to live.
Just to survive, just to live. All right? He wanted to breathe. All right? That's the word that they use in the story. He wanted to breathe. All right? That's where your goal needs to be. You need to want to be successful at whatever it is, good relationship, grades in school, your next business. Whatever it is that you want, you need to want that as bad as you want to breathe. All right? So the first point I'm going to make, I'm going to give you 5 points today. That's it, 5 points. And these 5 points, I guarantee you, no matter what it is that you set your mind to, it's going to be your path to success. All right? It's going to help you out. All right? The first point is that vision. Again, like I said, when that man was underwater, he wanted to breathe. He could see himself inhaling, taking that breath. All right? He could see that. And he visioned that. And that's what he wanted. That was the most important thing in his life at that particular time. All right? Is that clear vision. It had to be clear and concise. Let's just take New Year's resolutions. All right? Who made New Year's resolution here? This year? All right. Throw some out at me.
Lose weight.
Lose weight. What's some more?
Reduce my debt.
Reduce my debt.
Keep God first in everything I do.
Keep God first in everything. That was a good one. All right. Keep God first in everything I do. A lot of people, like me, I didn't make a New Year's resolution this year. All right? Because I'm going to tell you, I make my New Year's resolution, and it's usually after a night of partying. All right? Got to be completely honest with you. I got to bring the new year in right? So, I'm going to do my thing. All right? So I made my New Year's resolution on January 1st because I'm using that calendar as a marker. All right? But why do I need that calendar? I don't. I can resolve to do something positive in my life at any time during the year, right? So people make a resolution when what they're really making is a wish list. All right? They're not really saying what they want to do. I want to lose weight. How much weight do you want to lose? Is that a clear, concise vision? No. It's just a wish list. I want to lose weight. Hey, if I take my jacket off, I lost about a pound. I'm good. I'm done for the year, right? But no, clear, concise. Make sure that your vision, make sure you can see yourself. If you are a big person and your goal is to lose, all right? To get down to your fighting weight, to get down to where you want to be. Go ahead and buy that dress or that pants size that's too small, all right? And see yourself in it, all right? You will get there, all right? Second step, real easy. If you had a clear and concise vision, you know what you want to do. You got to have a reason to get there, all right? How many people know somebody with diabetes, heart disease, all right? Those people, they go and they start getting healthy, right? Now, they've been eating, chilling, smoking, all that stuff for all their life. But as soon as they go to the doctor say, hey, man, you got to do this. What happens? They become the healthiest person you know, right? They done cut out this from their diet. I don't do much salt. Because now they have a reason to achieve that. I got to lose 10 pounds or else this disease is not going to be manageable. Now they have a reason, and first when you have that reason, then you're going to have an answer to do it, and nothing's going to stop you from getting to where you need to be, right? So once you have that reason, once your reason is strong enough to achieve your goal, nothing's going to stop you. All right, and that's step number 2. First you got your vision, then you got your reason to achieve your vision. All right. Third step. And I wrote it down because I didn't want to get it wrong. All right, y'all don't mind me using my notes, do you? All right, New Year's resolution, going back to that. All right, chasing the squirrel again. All right. Who made New Year's resolution last year? All right.
I need the same one every year.
Same one.
Maybe because she know me, she quick, I want to be part of the class. All right, when you made your New Year's resolution, how often did you review it? You did. Most people don't. All right, she's not special. She's not being picked on. I'm not singling her out because I got to ride home with her. But most people, they make that New Year's resolution and they don't think about it again. They don't look at it again until it's too late. They figure, hey, I'm gonna lose X amount of pounds. But they don't think about it again until they, it's December or November and they having that turkey sandwich after Thanksgiving and they're realizing that they gain weight instead of losing weight. All right? So when you have your vision, you have your reason to achieve it, then you got to review it. You got to believe in what you're doing. You got to, have you ever did something? Just me. This is just me. All right? And going back to a story, I am a safety manager, right? I went to the highest military safety school, CP12, in 2012, all right? And what we did was, a bunch of safety managers, a bunch of safety people, all right? We go out to dinner. Now, things that we never noticed before became clear. We walked into a restaurant and just tore them apart. Oh, did you notice that exit was blocked? Did you notice that this was broken? When you start reviewing your vision and you believe in it, everything becomes clear. If it's just something that now you focused on, that nothing else matters. Nothing. You've blocked out anything that may get in your way. You're gonna believe it. You believe it, and once you believe something, then nothing is going to stop you. And what you're gonna do is attract other people. All right. You're gonna notice other people who are like-minded. All right. You're a writer. If you're writing or whatever like that, all right, you're telling a story about I don't know, the boy and the lion and the boat or whatever. You're gonna start noticing people that you can pull from, information and stuff like that. So when you review it and believe your vision, that's step number 3. Review it and believe it. All right. Review that vision, believe it. So step number 1, have a vision, clear, concise vision. 2, have a reason, strong enough reason in order to achieve that goal. Number 3, review it and believe it. All right. And don't just believe it every day. So you won't go through too many war stories, but got to. Sergeant, hey, I was a motivator. I was a rock. All right. And the physical fitness test, PFT. We had to run it twice a year. 300 is a max score. All right. Came out of boot camp 285. They give you a certificate for that. I was like, what? Straight out of boot camp, private, nothing on there. One little freaking shooting badge that was a marksman, the lowest score you could get. But I was somebody. I walked my chest out and everything. 285 certificate. I put that bad boy in the frame, left it on the wall. And then I figured there was something better. 300. Wow. So I started working for it. Running, doing my thing. But it wasn't something I really wanted. I was getting those certificates every time I ran a PFT at 285. I was happy. Like, I got another one. I got another one. And then somebody said, you ever done it 300? I'm like, nah. And this is an old dude, first sergeant, 18 years in the Marine Corps. Like, that old dude got a 300? I ain't got one. All of a sudden, my vision changed. I wrote down 300 on a card like this, and I put it on the mirror. So every day, every morning, I get up and I'm shaving, 300, I'm gonna get that. I put it on my foot locker, 300, I'm gonna get that. On my wall, like I put my uniform on, 300, I'm gonna get that. All right? So I reviewed it every day, and I believe myself. I see myself doing that. To achieve a 300, you have to do 18-minute run, 3 miles. All right, 20 pull-ups, and at that time it was 100 crunch sit-ups. All right, so I was gonna get that perfect score, and I believed I was gonna get it. I see myself crossing that line, and somebody screaming 18, 17, whatever. All right, I seen that. I got it. All right. Because that was my goal, and I believed I could do it, and I seen myself every day. I got up and I seen that. All right, so that's my first 3 steps. Now, this right here is probably step number 4 is probably the most recognized and least exercised step. All right, raise your standard. Real simple. You have to raise your standard. Because most people, they will achieve what they have to achieve, all right? People say, I want to lose some weight. It's half-hearted. Yeah, I want to do this. I want to change. But change is not something you have to work at. Change is going to happen, all right? The weather's going to change. The American financial situation is going to change, all right? Your body's going to change. No matter how hard you work out as a kid, as a young person, your body's going to change. You don't have to work at change. That's easy. That's going to happen. All right. What you have to work at is improvement. All right. If you're going to improve yourself, you have to work at that. So you have to change your standard. Who ever known somebody who's pretty much living paycheck to paycheck? All right. I've been there. Hey, I'm saying, enlisted Marine. I don't care what y'all heard, what you think. Enlisted Marines don't make that much money. It's consistent, but it's low. All right. That's me. But have you ever known somebody who has lived paycheck to paycheck, working their hind parts off to pay their bills? Because their standard is to pay their bills, all right? And they pay those bills. And then all of a sudden, they have a tragedy, all right? Their mom gets sick, their dad gets sick. Now all of a sudden, at first they were barely paying their bills and having enough money to make it to the next payday, to now they're paying their bills and taking care of that family member. Their situation changed to raise their standard. All right, it wasn't them that changed the standard. Their situation forced them to change their standard. And when that standard changed, that was their standard. And so when their standard changed, so did how they achieved it. All right. Some people, their standard is to pay the bills sometimes. All right. So sometimes they pay it. If your standard is to be where you are, then that's where you're going to be. Period. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. There's not enough people to talk to you about being successful and being great and being all this that is going to help you. If you're overweight and that is your standard, all right, and your reason is I'm big bone, my family's just heavy, I got bad knees so I can't run. If that's your standard, then that's what you're going to achieve. Period. There's nothing anybody can say to you. Once you click it off in your mind and say, this is my standard, this is where I'm going to be, then that's where you're going to be. So raise your standard. Raise your standard. Say what you're going to do, all right, and make that a standard, all right? And once that standard is there, you're going to achieve it. I guarantee it. Because people believe, all right, the strongest motivator in the human body is your willingness or your need to be who you are. I got two gorgeous babies. I have two gorgeous baby girls. All right? And everybody tell me how pretty they are and how gorgeous they are. I never tell them they're pretty. I know they're gorgeous. I know they're pretty. I know this. I never tell them that because I don't want them to identify with just being pretty. I tell them they're smart. I tell them they're athletic. I tell them they're good girls. I never tell them they're pretty. All right? Because I don't want them just to identify with that. I want them to identify with these other things. So people will achieve, they will identify with what they are. All right? So if you set the standard to being this, then that's what you're going to be. Period. All right? So raise your standard. Now, how do we raise the standards? That 300 PFT I got, all right, I talked about earlier. I'm pretty motivated about that one. Don't laugh, that's an achievement. All right. You think I just woke up one morning and said, time to go do it. Went out there and ran 3 miles in 18 minutes? Go ahead and brag a little bit. It was actually 17:48. All right? 17:48 was what I ran. But y'all think I just woke up that morning and said, hey, this is what I'm going to do? Nah. In order for me to achieve my goal, and in order for you to achieve your goal, and everybody to get what they're going to do, all right, you raise your standard. This is what I'm going to do. You have to back that up. You got to back it up with ritual. You got to have a ritual. If your ritual is to get up and go jog, be it 1.5 miles, 2 miles, or if you're not there yet, walk, whatever you're going to do, have that ritual. Set it. You know, people that work out. All right, the muscular folks. and you ask them, hey, do you work out? Their physical body already told it. It already answered the question for you. Yeah, you know, biceps all big, chest all big. They're athletes. But that is the standard they set in their head. And they have a ritual at Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm gonna do chest and backs on Monday. That's my upper body day. I'm gonna do my cardio on Wednesday. That's what I do. And I'm gonna do my lower body on Friday. That's his ritual. That's their ritual. I ain't gonna say his because we got female athletes too. We call them cheerleaders. Again, back up your standards with rituals, all right? And you will be able to achieve whatever you set out to achieve, all right? Again, like I said, when you have that standard, all right, people are praised for their accomplishments or their goals, all right? They're praised in public for the rituals that they have in private, all right? So again, once you hit that standard, once you have that ritual, you're going to achieve it. And that's all 5 steps right there. Again, I'm going to go ahead and review, all right, because there's a homework assignment, and there's a test in a couple of years, all right? About 4 years, I'm checking on y'all. All right, number 1, have a vision, clear and concise vision, all right? Know what you want, all right? See yourself in that, all right? If it's that Lexus or that Mercedes, whatever it is, you need to see yourself driving that. Have a strong enough reason. It's my turn. Squirrel. I'm gonna chase the squirrel. I got to. I love telling this story. I had a buddy, all right? This dude, what we have in the Marine Corps is called meritorious boards, where you may not be at the time or have the grade to get promoted. So someone is seeing something in you that has said, this guy's ready for the next rank. It's a meritorious board, all right? My buddy went in there, had nothing. He answered 0 questions. You know, it's knowledge-based, dude. How you answer nothing? But the weirdest part about it, because I was standing there, and the first sergeant came and talked to me, hey, man, you almost won that board. He answered 0 questions. I said, was the other people on the board just that dumb? No. His final answer, they always give you a bearing question. They basically want to see how you are, so they ask some weird question. You know, something that you could not have studied for. His bearing question was, why should you get promoted? His bearing question almost won him the board. This dude's reason for wanting to get promoted was, it's my turn. He started out and meant that. It's my turn. Like, oh, he said, I've seen these guys, they can't lead, they can't do this, they can't do that. I can do it. And that was it. Went back to attention, they dismissed him, and he came in number 2 on that board. I was like, whoa, let me get in these books because I'm gonna duplicate that answer and have some knowledge. I'm gonna win this, right? All right, but back to number 2. Your reason gotta be strong enough, all right? Gotta have a strong reason. First come the reason, then come the answers. Obstacles won't get in your way when you have a strong enough reason to achieve your goal. All right, number 3, review it and believe it. All right, you gotta see yourself accomplishing what you need to accomplish. All right, number 4, raise your standard. Nothing more important than number 4. You will achieve what you have to achieve. And then back your standard up with rituals. All right, you gotta back it up. You can't just say this is what I want to do. Get up one morning and it's going to happen. Nobody succeeds or fails without some type of ritual. All right, the road to success is pretty much it's a fork. All right, it's a fork in the road. All right, and we face that fork every day. Okay, if we go right, we're going to succeed. We're going to do these steps to get to where we want to be, and we see that goal. All right, on the left is failure. We see where we don't want to be it the place we grew up, our environment, or Jerry Springer. Who watched Jerry Springer?
Hey,
You ain't gotta really set high standards when you watch Jerry Springer. Like, my life is better than that guy, right? So, but you see where you don't want to be, and these roles are pretty much the same. And both of them, requires ritual. All right, there's a ritual to be a failure. Okay, I didn't study, so I didn't make the grade I wanted. I didn't go talk to my professor. So I didn't know that my syllabus was posted. You know, so these things, there's a ritual to success, just like there's a ritual to failure. All right? So you have to decide on which road that you're going to take. All right? Homework assignment. Be your homework assignment. I promise, like I said, I wasn't going to talk an hour, but I will answer some questions for you. All right? Find an area in your life that you want to improve. All right? And be honest with yourself. Okay? If you start BSing yourself, you're going to BS the world. All right? So find an area in your life that you want to improve. Write that down. All right? Be clear and concise about that area that you want to improve. Be it a better relationship, weight loss, whatever it is. Write it down. Be detailed. Okay? Number 2, write down the rituals which got you that way. Okay? Hey, I'm 5.3 pounds overweight. All right? You set the goal, whatever it is. What got me there? Eating at McDonald's 3 times a week. Dunkin' Donuts. My morning coffee, I gotta have it. All right? Whatever that ritual was that you performed to get you where you want to be, or where you didn't want to be, or where you are right now. What got you there? All right? Number 3, homework assignment. What do you want? You know, what do you want? Where do you want to be? What's your goal? What do you consider success? All right? Be it weight loss, whatever it is. Again, be concise with it. Write that vision down. All right? And then make your POA&M your POA&M. I'm having a complete lapse in spelling. Milestones. POA. Plan of attack, plan of action, and milestones. That's what it is. POA&M. Have your POA&M. I use the acronym so many times. Have your plan of action and your milestones. What is the ritual? That's number 4. What is the ritual to get you where you want to be? Again, like I said, we're gonna check on you. Check back in on you in about 3-4 years. All right, so y'all got some homework to do. Where are you right now? What got you there? Where do you want to be, and what's gonna get you there? And again, I'm gonna take this opportunity again to thank Mr. Felton for asking me to come down here and speak to y'all. Thank y'all for being present and allowing me to speak to you, and the rest of the staff for allowing me this time. I really appreciate it. I'm extremely excited about it. Oh, another thing, I'm just like you, first generation student. Ain't nobody before me and my family had the opportunity to go to college. And you talking about non-traditional route, I'm a junior in Southern Columbia University online, and I've pretty much never sat in a classroom at a traditional college at all. It's been all military training that got transferred over to college, online stuff that I found, because it's achievable. All right, my goal is to have a bachelor's degree before my son, who is a senior right now. So that's my goal. My ritual is, keep trugging away at those classes. Thank you, Mr. Felton. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
If y'all have any questions, you can ask, but I got one. Clint, when you were growing up, who were some of your mentors that helped inspire you? From the time you were a young man did you have some mentors that come to mind?
I do. Do I have mentors? If y'all didn't hit the question, do I have mentors that come to mind? Where I grew up, little bitty town. I mean, we had a stoplight. That was it. And we was matched between 2 major cities. So all my mentors and stuff like that, I only knew them by nicknames, honestly. I only knew nicknames like got him Chubby, or Big Dog. I never knew their real names. But these guys motivated me because, I'm a kid from the streets. I'm that guy that get up, throw some shorts on, and if I put on shoes, that was a good day. But I'm out all day. Street lights come on, I'm barely making it back on the porch. That was me. So all my mentors gave me tough love. I mean, there was no, come on boy, let me show you how to do this. It was baptism by fire, period. So my mentors and everything gave it to me straight. And it pretty much just let me know that life is not easy. And when you get a break, you get an opportunity to do something, you better take it and hold on to it and make it work. So that was my mentor. I really can't, Mr. Malone is probably the only one I can call by name. Mr. Malone was a self-made man. he had a nightclub, and once his nightclub made it big, he gave back to the community. He opened up a recreation center, had a pool and everything like that, and he gave me the toughest love that I could ever ask for. That dude called me out so bad, I almost cried. And I was a teenager. He wanted to make a sign for his community center. He wanted to be calligraphy. And I had a buddy who was a great artist. And I hooked my buddy up with Mr. Malone. And so he gave me and my buddy summer passes to swim. And I was like, wow, you know, I got paid for just hooking these guys up. That's great. My buddy fell through. So now I'm on the hook to do this sign. And I'm doing the very best I can. And Mr. Malone was like, boy, you know, nobody gonna pay you for sympathy. Because I mean, it looked like garbage, but it was the best I could do. And he, you know, again, like I said, all my mentors gave me tough love, and I think those are people that I gravitate to. The folks that's gonna give it to you straight. You know, I don't need sugar and all that stuff right there. Just tell me what I need and cut me loose, and I'm there.
More questions? Don't be scared.
Anything? Like I said, I want to be an hour, but yeah, I still got time to kill. We stay at each other.
So the tough love that your mentors gave you, that motivated you to get to where you are?
That tough love, yep, it did. One of my older sisters, Linda, when I went to boot camp, was 1989, and you know, Full Metal Jacket was real popular back then and everything. She seen the movie I didn't, so she would tell me all the horror stories about it. Oh, you gonna say it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, no, sir. I went to boot camp scared, but I knew I couldn't fail because again, tough love. Like when you go, you gonna come back in like 2 days. I had to prove her wrong. Again, tough love is just, that's just how I respond. So yeah, that's what got me where I am. I refuse to fail, and I always, if somebody's doing something, I think they're doing it better than me. That's the guy I'm aiming for. If you got an A, I want an A plus. If you got an A plus, I want an A plus plus. You know what I'm saying? You are my target. You got a target just because you're good. Nothing that you did to me personally,
Right.
but you are who I'm gonna be. Period. So I'm usually competing against myself because I'm gonna beat everybody else. So now it's me. Anything else? All right. That wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, let's give him a hand.
This is a token of appreciation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can I open it now?
Yeah, I want you to open it out, because I want to.
All right. Got a lamp. Some assembly required.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah, go nice and all.
Clint and I are both Masonic beings, and what Masons try to do is create more light. And when I was trying to determine why I was going to get him, I said, that may be something symbolic that he can
Oh, yeah.
make him think of the Student Sports Service program and keep us sort of bonded. And his presentation was very awesome. Got a good story. And one of the things that I talk about when I'm giving workshops on speaking is sincere. Very sincere. That's one of the hallmarks of being a good presenter. I'm very grateful to have you here today, and I'm sure that my coworkers and the students feel the same. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Again, I really